Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Welcome back to Edessa. And this particular scene, through the many hours of research Kadir has been doing for a particular project, he has headed to the merchant quarters to see if he could possibly find some unusual wares or possible information. As they say, as there are many people of many walks of life within the Metro's district, and he begins his journey. Yes, um, the main thing you would say of Kadir that what caught him in a an awkward position when he was at a particular bar with a friend of his a few nights ago. He dresses very much to the nines, even when it's not necessary. So, so I'd assume, though, he is not one of of wealth. He gives off the appearance. So a few shops that are open are definitely trying to gather his attention, and he pays him a minor moment and see what wares they do have for sale and ask him a few questions.
Hmm. Well, he's perusing. Um, a quite old resident of the city. Just making her rounds, shall we say. She's not far from home as it would be, but she's keeping an eye on places that might not be her direct purview, but are closer than others. She is coming down the street, and she as well is just looking at wares, smiling to people. She doesn't, well, she stands out, but not by her clothing, but by her appearance. And there are quite a few who greet her. And yeah, it seems as though she gets noticed, greeted, and yeah, she she will just walk around. If anyone looks, it actually looks as though she's probably not. She's more gauging people's reactions, just looking around. She doesn't seem to be after anything particular. Um, she will probably maybe take a double take of this person. Stand there for a moment. Someone will bother her. I will just talk to her, and she will just wave them away. Not now, please. And she will stand there for a moment, and she will look at this man, and she stares, and then she will just go on the other side of the street, and stand at the same shop. She won't say anything right away. She'll just look through the some of the wares on display.
Kadir, I guess, feeling another presence nearby and somewhat hearing a feminine voice in the background, will turn and take notice of this particular woman. And he will definitely have a more or less a look of shock and, I guess, minor awe seeing a woman of her caliber in the streets at night. And he'll take a moment to really look at her, with definitely with interest, but not necessarily with intent.
Hmm. She smiles to him. By the way you look, I perhaps I should ask you for something. You seem to get your full by looking.
Forgive me, but
It is
well,
quite all right. Some would consider it a kind action to make a woman known, to make it known to a woman that one is infatuated with her. Cannot see any problem in this.
As it's just not every day that you see a wonder in flesh walk the streets. It's like seeing it's like seeing a particular exhilarating um, moon in the night sky.
Hmm,
It does go through its phases, but it never has beauty as the full moon. And even then, there are particular days where it shines brighter than most.
that is very true. She comes over, come closer to him, and just says, "Must ask, are you a poet?"
Unfortunately, no. I'm a simple shepherd. As
Dressed as though he should meet the regent?
that does just because I'm a shepherd does not mean I come from a noble. Does not mean that the house that I work for does not have standards.
Hmm. Looks can be deceiving indeed. But I very much approve. Very good to know that some shepherds might know that they are what they make themselves, and not what anyone else tells them. She nods a bit.
Your praise warms my heart, my lady. But allow me not to be any further rude to you. And he does
You have not been rude. Please, come with me. And she will just grab one of his hands.
it is warm due to his path giving him a blush of health, so it does feel
Madeline has the blush of health, so she is also warm.
yeah. And as he kind of goes into stride with her, that's like, I'm sorry this seems a little forward. Is there something that you need from me?
Oh, I merely wish to meet and talk properly, introduce myself properly to new people in the city. She smiles to him, somewhat with a certain innuendo.
You have lived in this city for some time then. It
I
must
have.
have been rough. It must have been rough with the plague. That someone attracted me to Edessa. I was hoping I could help heal the place.
Hmm, I would be able to. And as she's moved a bit away, she will just look around, see if there is no one around them. And she will just say, "Now, please, my name is Madeline. I am Ensla, Clan Sombra. And you are?"
And he straightens up hearing that. And he states, I am Al Qadir of Clan Asamite.
Hmm, I'm sorry for the ruse. I had not met you. I think certain traditions should be held. It is only good manners.
Of course, the traditions keep us focused and on the path to enlightenment. I have followed and made my introduction to the prince. She is a person of an interesting levity.
Hmm. I find her quite interesting as well. I'm sure she will have her own detractors soon enough, as any prince will. But you have only recently arrived?
Yes, I have. Though it already feels like I'm invested quite a bit of time.
Hmm. Such is our nights, I suppose.
I have met one of your kin recently. We have had talks.
Oh, that is very good to hear. Did this person have a name?
Memnon.
Ah, a recent, somewhat recent arrival himself. Quite a capable fellow. A good friend to have.
Yes, and a very let's say straightforward one as well. I see how he responds to ill word of his craftsmanship.
Uh, well, he is not one for mincing words, but our clan is quite versatile,
Hmm.
and we house many talents. He has his talents, and I have mine. But it is true, he is as good and effective, but blunt he is with his smithing, he is with his words. But it is his choice, and uses his words in the way he uses them quite well.
When you have a hammer, every problem looks like nails. Yes.
I've heard that before, once or twice.
But I must say, Lady Madeline, I was like, do you often roam the streets? I always felt that oh, the elder of our kin have a tendency to be reclusive.
Mm, Mostly are, with fairly good reasons, I would say.
So, as a resident of Edessa for some time now, I feel that you may have seen quite a bit of the ups and downs of the city.
Hmm. Well, that is putting it lightly. Yes, I have. Do you have questions?
Is it known for these hmm, for people of our persuasion and even the ones that are maybe aside that sit beside us to be around? I've heard things that are interesting but not like us.
You mean things that share the night with us? Yes, there are many of those. Many different, but they are both outside the city, perhaps also within the city.
Hmm. I I've been hearing rumors of unnatural beasts around the city. I am actually personally investigating it. I'm curious if it's a common occurrence.
Well, I have heard those as well. I have looked into it myself as well. I've not come up with much, but well, you know, you have better luck. And by the way, we are in dice roller number one. And
Okay.
Madeline is gonna roll something, and you may roll a perception empathy roll. I have two successes.
See if I can get lucky. I have 3.
Hmm. Something about that came off a little wrong.
Hmm. He will note that in his mind, but he won't try to show anything on his face. I've also heard that some of us have been negligent in our silence.
Now that is an understatement.
Hmm.
Well,
But
you asked before when it was. Well, I do not know of these beasts, but I do know that quite is. She looks around again. Sometimes certain things that are not of our kind interfere with us, and we must be vigilant. But it has happened a couple of times, yes. That I know of.
yeah.
Would I describe it as common? Mm, I would not say common, perhaps, but occurring enough to be not as surprising as it perhaps should be.
he nods at that. I see. Maybe it's just simply due to the mass of our people being in one place. I shouldn't see this as let's just say, a directed occurrence.
Well, you never know. Not
Uh,
entirely. I just hope the worst is behind us with the plague. But, well, one can never be totally certain.
yeah, he nods at that. I was surprised, um, and he says it. I'm kind of choosing his words that the Salubri weren't on top of that. But the prince told me of their dedication on other matters, so it explains some of that.
Well, given your plan, and given the state of affairs, I would think you would know that they are quite the struggle against the Shrimier.
Yes, the prince told me about it, and I have heard messages from the clan. I just would have hoped that maybe for the moment the Salubris, I always felt their truer nature would break through and focus on matters of the people. But
Well,
uh,
their true nature is to survive, as is with all of us. And that means fighting a war.
not every war is won with steel and fury, but I understand.
I suggest you do not tell them that you think that they have been mm, negligent
Negligent.
in their duties.
They have the opportunity to do things no other clan can do. I would hate for them to waste it, but it's not for me to judge. It's like I'm too young to have such opinions to make that truly matter.
Hmm. I would merely say that quite a few Cerebriano that are around, whom you might meet, well, they would probably be quite upset, if not worse.
Well, I hope that uh, our interactions between Clan Asima and Sloopy can come to a closure that is beneficial to both parties.
We all hope for very many things. But, well, I hope this endeavor will work.
Mm.
This time I'm just going to say that the way she smirks and the way she says it a bit too dismissively, it seems more upgiving. Like maybe she thinks that it's kind of a lost cause.
Mm.
You just kind of get that from her. She's not hiding it, really.
Kadir will sigh in a minor of disappointment but acknowledgement. Regardless of how we change, people are still people. It's a blessing and a curse, to be honest.
Quite so. But I suspect it did not come from elsewhere, the east or the north, to merely fight a beast that you did not know of. Is it
Mm.
clan business or other endeavors that brings you here? Perhaps a personal matter?
I'm here under clan business, and I have no reason to hide it. So,
I can help you arrange certain things if you wish.
giving me more opportunities would be much appreciated, but most of the work will be on me. The clan has felt that the viziers have been stagnant in their presence um, in this region of this part of the region. They have sent me to remind all Kenite kind that Asimite is here, and we are more than willing to help.
So you are of the viziers?
I have a mildly different persuasion.
Oh, oh, sorry, I'm misunderstood. You meant you are here to remind them that they should be helpful.
And he nods at that.
So, you do not seem like a warrior.
Do I now? As you stated before, looks can be deceiving.
She smiles at this. Nods a little and just says, quite so, quite so.
Where you expected me, as some would describe it, us being bloody frothily in the mouth as we devour our own kin for more power.
No, no, no. I have met quite a few Asimite warriors. They seem a bit more, not throwing at the mouth, nothing like this, but more closed off, guarded, reserved. Not certain how to describe it.
Secluded is typically how we describe them.
Secluded, reserved, something to that effect. You understand? You seem quite open.
Certain things require a certain different touch, and many of the warriors follow the ways of our progenitors. And Hakim has always been a secluded man.
Hmm. I do not know much of your clan. Well, I suppose it should be did not know much. I've come in more and more contact with your clan. You are a quite fascinating bunch. I have
Um,
not yet had any bad relations, business, or dealings with your clan.
uh, he smiles at that. Good. That would make
Well,
my job much easier.
well, I suppose there was one. But I must say your clan, once they learned of his, well, a reprimand was enacted, and that is the only thing. So that was just a bad apple. And I am certain that La Sombra, well, every clan has a person that speaks out of line. I cannot hold it against you, as I would not hold it against anyone else.
And he still has a smile on his face. And well, I hope to continue the clan's pleasantry with all the residents of Edessa.
I very much hope so too. Oh, and do keep in mind, and she points, like behind her, or in a certain direction, she says, the waterfront up here, up until that is my domain.
There,
I do like my privacy. It is not very big, but just keep it in mind.
he nods at that. I'm curious, because I may need to involve myself. There is some type of fountain the prince told me about, blessed by something. Our,
Oh,
our people can't
yes.
seem to be near it. I'm
Well, we
curious,
can, but it is not pleasant. Perhaps even painful.
have we tried using people? Have we tried using people with our that yeah who have tasted our blood to interact with it? Do they recluse themselves from it?
Not really, not that I am aware of.
Hmm. And he nods at that. I see.
But I would advise you not to be too near it. Supposedly, the prophet, well, Abraham himself, bathed in the spring. And now it is very dangerous to be near for our kind.
Unfortunately, I may need to use it for a particular project.
Madeline just studies you, looks you up and down a bit. And what in the night could you ever need a potentially deadly place for our kind to?
I'm in the moment of research to design a particular item that could help defend against the supernaturals around us. And my research referred to me as to blessings. I am aware that the Christian quarters belong, and he almost spits out the word, to the Tremere. I'd rather not be around anything that has their influence.
Hmm.
If I can get a particular ghoul or a human to gather maybe the water from the fountain, I could study it or use it in my particular item.
Hmm. Well, if you have a goal, it should not be that much of a trouble. As long as you would not ask me to go anywhere near it.
No, of course. I have no authority to command you to do anything.
Hmm. You might, you might hear some strange things. People ask you or ask if you can do them this little favor, and then they ask you for the world. But oh well.
It is not your fault that they misconstrued your generosity for some type of, let's just say, compliance. You're the one with the power, you're the one with the age, you're the one with the authority. They should really realize that. And if they don't, you should maybe remind them in a friendly tone.
Hmm. Oh, I do. But mortal men see one thing. Unfortunately, they cannot be privy to a lot.
Children that see delicious food have a tendency to not think about other things.
Quite so. Is there anything in the story we were just, well, stores around that you would fancy, or are you just browsing?
I think maybe my venture should be forth to the bazaar. I might find some more unique sellers for my project. These are much more mundane, but I was hoping maybe I'd find something interesting. Which, I must say, I did.
Ah, you are a flatterer.
I only speak the truth.
Hmm. Well, I would not dare stop you. But as much as I would enjoy hearing your compliments for the rest of the evening, I am afraid I must be getting on with my night. Please, welcome to the city. I may not have an official title in this city, but welcome.
Your will bow deeply. You have been more than gracious to willing to sacrifice time with me.
Hmm, think nothing of it. Do you know where the rack is located?
I've heard a little bit of the place. It is better than the riverside, as far as I can tell.
Oh, very much so. But within, and she will begin to describe more generally where in the bazaar certain shop is located. It is run by, well, owned and run by one of my well, fellow clan members. It houses on the first floor a small room that is protected and guarded from unwanted eyes or ears. It is a gathering place. You can meet me there some nights, if you wish to speak, of course. And there will be other inhabitants of this fine city.
He nods at that. Well, I will not take any more of your time, Lady Madeline. Good evening.
Oh, and good evening to you. And she curtsies. And yeah, as the two begin to leave, I believe this will be the moment that we end our scene. Good night. And thank you very much, players, for playing and watchers for watching.